I think the GIF above pretty well summarizes the start of the session.
What? Dr. Peppercat?
No, the one from Pochi the Rock.
Monster. Who was the one in anxiety rolling on the floor? Was that just Kurt
That's
the
Kurt.
entire time?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is Kurt's constant state of panic.
Richie the Rock. To be fair, I did knock him out like in the middle of a stressful situation. So my brother is not having sweet dreams right now.
He could have everything, but he chose to be the person that he is. So
I'm well rested, but for some reason I feel quite mentally fatigued. So perhaps a bit of whiskey will help me on the next one.
a therapist.
So yeah, we had gotten back to the manor and we were discussing on ways to secret away Carrot while he was asleep as we hunted down the werewolves. Um, before the Queen's Guard came in and demanded that he comes to the palace because apparently the princess had gone missing. And immediately their first thought was Prince Kurt abducted her. Because of course. Jean Javert sleight of handed the coma potion into Kurt's mouth, knocking him out. Yeah, it's a good thing too. With a lot of persuasion, we ended up having to go to the castle anyway. Talk to the queen, explain some stuff to her, and then she was like, all right, well, if you would be willing to assist, would you, like, search my daughter's room and see if you can find evidence on where she was abducted from? Went to her room, found various different letters and objects, tea that was still warm, that wasn't necessarily drugged, some letters, an invitation to the ball that was ripped up, a shopping list with some ingredients that are used for lycanthropy, some general overviews of abductions or disappearances, especially near, what is it, the casino? Hold on, I forgot to open up my key real fast. The Casino de Mont Charles, there was a dealer there, apparently, who gave a witness account about running into something at night in the streets that was ripping apart a body. And then there was a suspicion towards. Where is she? Or, sorry, they.
Tatiana Crescendo.
Tatiana Crescendo, yes, the head priest. There's some suspicion because the dealer had heard a haunting kind of melodic flute note or something like that. And when the dealer knocked over the bag by Tatiana, found that there was a flute with some kind of like ruddy rust-colored like stain on it or something. After we read through all that, checked around, found a penguin. Turns out the princess wasn't abducted at all. Instead, she went for a little jaunt and came back. Kind of like talked over how we were like looking for a cure, see if there was like a way to cure it or at least to subside it. Lie that it was for our best friend Tomas. and she sympathized, explained how she was looking into finding a way to isolate and kind of freeze the progress of it within a person. And I believe she asked us to go talk to the dealer at the casino, see if we can get more information, especially regarding this Tatiana and their involvement. Also found out that she is courting the one of the people from the House of Reed. What was her name?
Gwendolyn.
Yeah, Gwendolyn. Turns out they might be a little bit of a thing. We left them to their own devices to work on the little potion thing, and went to the queen, told her, hey, she's fine, she's safe, she came back, looks like everything's good. And then we were off on our way.
It's starting to get quite dark now. Prime time of the day for the casino to be in swing. It's very far away from the center of where everything happens. It's kind of the entrance itself is in this very large ornate building with stairs only going downwards. It seems to be modelled after more of an illicit style casino, perhaps in days where gambling was less legal. You climb down the stairs and find yourselves in the Casino de Montcharles.
A question above table, but would Cain in all his life ever like get in some place similar to this?
Say that again, sorry.
In all his life, would Cain ever like get into a place like this? I don't think so, right?
I think maybe a very long time ago you may have come across something like this.
Okay.
But it's not that familiar to you for sure.
These couple squares are still hidden.
Oh, are they? Oops.
It's okay, I can move. Hold on. Actually, no.
Should be all good now.
Yeah. Umbra opens the door and ventures in.
Toss, toss, following after.
On first glance, what's like the general vibe, and is it obvious who the previous dealer was here?
So to set the stage a little bit, you see a couple of different dealers, one over here at a roulette table. There is another one here at a blackjack table, and a second at a different blackjack table. The one closest to you looks a little bit, looks very drained, very tired, like something has been weighing on their mind for a while. Davina, as you enter, you would notice a figure by a bar is one of the members of the House of Reed.
Oh?
They are specifically the head of the Upholsterers Guild of the entire empire, River Reed. And Anissa, as you enter, you see just to the side at the blackjack table, far away from you, the back of a rather familiar-looking warforged. You see the piano that was referenced as well in the statement given by the blackjack dealer Amos Fincher. There's someone that appears to be, operating the chip exchange. Someone else with a larger poker table, and of course, a rather well-stocked bar.
Umbra's gonna enter and just kind of take a quick glance. Is this like a pay at the table, or do you need to go exchange gold for chips and then vice versa?
Yeah. Next to the gentleman operating the, I forget what they're called in casinos. I'm going to call it the exchange booth. There is a kind of exchange rate written on a blackboard behind him. 1 gold piece will get you 10 chips.
Umbra will walk up, reach within his pouch and produce 10 gold pieces and just kind of fan them across the table. Exchange for some chips, please.
Alrighty. Would you like those in singles or tens?
Let's do 10s.
So you gave 10 gold pieces, which is 100 chips total. So he will give you 10 chips, and each of them has written on them 10, as in it has the value of, each chip has the value of 10 whole chips.
Perfect. With that, Umbra will give a nod and thank you. And he's going to go over and head to the blackjack table.
The one with the that doesn't currently have anyone at it, I assume?
Yep.
What is everyone else doing?
I'm gonna saunter over to the bar. Kind of making my way as if kind of just meandering over there. Just happened to end up right there.
Just very casual, very chill.
Have a grape on the way.
Cain?
I don't think I would be like playing, so I'll try to like go over to the piano and touch the keynotes, see if I remember something, if I can, I don't know, play it perhaps.
Cool. What about Jean Javert?
Yeah, fuck it. Jean is gonna go to the cage and is going to exchange 2 gold pieces for 20 singles.
Cool.
Then I'm gonna go to the poker table and sit down.
And what about Anissa?
This is not a comfortable situation for them. So they're just gonna keep an eye on things right at the back. At least for now.
Okay, just kind of carefully watching around.
Hmm.
Right. In that case, very quickly, Cain, please give me a... You're trying to recall how to perform, so I will ask for a performance check.
Okay.
But it will be a slightly higher DC because it has been an amount of time since you last played.
And I'll use knowledge of past life and guidance.
Cool. the 14, you try to play something a little bit more complex. Overall, you struggle to play anything more than 3 blind mice flawlessly.
Okay.
But the more you get into it, the more you're able to kind of razz along and improvise and make it sound a little less childish. Overall, people seem not offended. In that case, we'll go back to Umbra. You've drawn yourself out a good amount, and you sit down at the blackjack table.
You look up to the dealer, give a nod. Places one of the chips where it needs to go in order to start a hand.
Five chip minimum.
And these are 10s.
Aye, so do you want me to break it, or are you paying for 10?
I'll play 10.
I just had to load up my very professional poker hand player simulator. Because I couldn't find a decent one online when I played, so I'm just having Balatro on in the side. For when we get to Jean Javert, my apologies.
I have the one that gets me a 5x multiplier on all flushes, so I demand that I get paid out at least 20 the value of whatever I win.
I know they say keep it all in the tribe, but that's not quite what I meant. So, the dealer draws 2 cards for himself. You see there is a 7 at the top, and you yourself receive a 5 and a 4, making 9 total. Umbra, do you hit or stay?
Is double down an option?
I do not know how that works.
So what double down means is you match your bet to essentially double up your bet, and then the dealer only hits you 1 card, and then you get no more cards.
Okay, so in the sense you then you raise your bet to 20.
To 20, get 1 more card, and then that's a stay. Like, you can't do anything else after that.
Let's see. Yeah, you double down, you hand over another 10 chip piece, and you are dealt an ace.
Oh, that's pretty good. Nothing like standing on a 20.
Yeah.
I only got 10.
As the dealer has a 7 showing. We'll also draw.
Well, what's the bottom card?
Sorry?
There should be one revealed, 1 hidden.
Yeah, the 7. The dealer has a 7.
No,
like
7 total, or
yes, a 7 is a 7 card is showing, and then another card hidden. Sorry for the, yeah, the bottom card is a 7.
Okay, so they're at 14.
No, they have a 7 and another hidden card. Maybe I should.
Okay.
Yeah, so you would.
Maybe I should.
So after you would flip the hidden card.
Okay, which would make 9.
Okay, and then they would now go until they get a hard 17 if it's going by traditional rules.
Cool. The next card they draw is a king for a total of 19. At which point
I have one.
believe they have to concede the point to you.
Indeed, because once they hit a 17, they can't go any further.
Yes. Cool.
So I will get 2 chips.
You will.
And
So
Umbra
you
will...
have 120 chips total.
Umbra will put another 10 down and play another hand.
This time you draw a 6 and an ace.
Soft 17. What
It
does
is-
the dealer have?
The dealer has a 2 of clubs.
A 2 and a hidden, so we go with soft 17 into a 12. Umbra will tap the table, indicating for a hit.
3.
Soft 20, Umbra will just wave a hand over to stay.
The dealer reveals that he has a pair of 2s. 2 of clubs, 2
4.
of diamonds.
Oh shit, a pair beats you.
Ha ha ha. Beats the high card. Draws Jack of clubs, totaling
So
14.
14.
And then again for a 5 of spades, totaling 19.
My 20 beats again.
Mhm.
I will make another 10 chips.
Just for the interest of this not being Blackjack Simulator 3000.
I'm actually okay with Umbra taking this casino from
This is where you
The
get
funny
banned
thing
from
is,
the
Blackjack is, if it's not a rigged deck, is a skill-based game.
Yeah.
Yeah, you count cards. Yeah.
At this point, Umbra will continue playing like a hand as he's just going to speak up. You seem bothered.
I'm sure I don't know what you mean. Who would you like to play against, sir?
I'm sure you know exactly what I mean. As he's just going to put another 10 in to play another hand.
You get a king and a 3.
Umbra will tap the table as he... where's my... letter? No. Notes. I do believe I know a bit more than you might realize. A Fincher.
He just scowls at you and deals your next card, which is a queen. For a total of, I believe, 23.
Seems not always I can have the best of luck.
And he himself had a 4 of diamonds showing, then shows a 9, and then deals himself a queen.
It doesn't matter, I busted so house wins.
Yeah, fair. I like to work things through. I have never played poker, blackjack, can you tell? Well, except for Fallout.
Is it not a popular game across the pond?
No, not really. And by that I mean not really at all, unless you go into like very specific clubs.
It's one of the more popular in
Tell you
casinos
where
here.
to go here. Well, we don't really have much in the way of casinos. If we have like betting agencies where you can like bet on football matches and stuff.
Yeah, same.
But we don't really have casinos.
Oh.
So I tried to do some research for it, but please forgive my ignorance. Anyway, Fincher will just frown very slightly, not quite as affected by a drop of his name as you anticipated. He just asks, Did Selena Zucker send you? No, sorry, Jucker.
Did who send me?
Selena Jucker.
Oh.
She's the head of the Enlightened in the city.
Not exactly. One of her disciples. One that you may have known, or have some contact with. A friend of Gwendolyn's.
I've only ever contacted Gwendolyn and Selena.
No,
what
we
do
are
you-
here to help with this little problem. Are you going on break soon?
10 minutes. I could do
Very
it in
well.
10.
With that, Umbra will pick up the rest of his chips, kind of give a nod. Thank you for the games. I'm sure we'll bump into each other. And he'll just walk over to the roulette table and just kind of watch it, how it's going for a little bit.
There is a very drunk, slightly taller than average, blonde hill gnome, who is consistently betting everything. Well, not everything. He's consistently betting exactly 27 chips on black 1. Wait, is that a thing? Had to just double check the roulette thing. On red 1, let him go. He seems very intent that 1 is his lucky number. With that, we'll move across to poker, so Balatro can stop enticing me with its swirls. Jean Javert.
Yeah, Jean Javert is going to sit down and say, well, hi there. Pardon me, it's my first time here at the casino. I hope you don't mind if I ask what exactly table minimum is?
2 gold.
Very good.
2 chips, I suppose.
I don't really like even numbers all that much, so I'll go ahead and just place down 3 for my first hand.
Cool. You place down 3. Because I think it's been established, I do not know how gambling works as well as I think. I am literally just going to play it by Balatro rules right now, aside from the joke.
It's so poker doesn't have double down like blackjack does.
Okay.
It's literally, I just kind of like place bet, and if this is just kind of like running off of me trying to go against dealer's hand, I just need to make the better hand.
Yeah, that was essentially what I was hoping for. How many cards is normal for that? 7?
God, it depends on the style of poker.
Well, let's just say 8, because that's how many I've got drawn.
Alright, do you want me to also open him in?
Yeah, go
So you can
for
have 2 hands?
it! You can act
Here,
as the dealer for a sec.
How many discards are we going for? Do we change? Yes.
Let's go for 1 discard to keep things flowing.
You said 8, so what deck are you using?
I'm using yellow.
Yellow. Okay, let me go find that one. Once this thing runs.
My apologies. I thought I researched, guys, but not enough.
Oh, come on. Open.
The dealer takes an extended period of time shuffling the deck in many ornate ways, flicking several cards up and down.
It could have been worse. You could have had a baccarat table or a pai gow table, okay?
Yep.
If you think poker is confusing, Pai Gao's fucking confusing because
I've
that
Oh
never
my
even heard of
goodness.
Pai
it's a
Gao.
7-card hand dealt to you, and you have to make a 2-card top hand and a 5-card backhand.
I don't even know what you mean.
I
by
actually know a lot about that
top
game
hands.
because of White Collar. I don't know if that's also why you know a lot about that game.
I used to work in a casino.
Ah,
Fun.
I
Right, let's
should
go,
have asked
Ren.
you beforehand. So would it be easier, Gate, for me to read out to you what you've drawn, or just to
Yeah.
screen cap it?
No,
over
go
to
ahead
you?
and read out. Tell me what I drew.
You got Ace, King, Queen. I suppose I should tell you the suits as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I need the suits.
Sorry. Ace of Hearts, King of Diamonds, Queen of Hearts, 10 of Diamonds, 8 of Diamonds, 7 of Clubs, 6 of Diamonds, 3 of Spades. And we're doing 1 discard.
I'm discarding the 3.
The 3? Just the 3?
Just the 3. No, I'm discarding the 3 and the 6.
3 and the 6. In exchange for the 3 and the 6, you draw a 6 of Clubs and a 4 of Hearts.
Fuck me.
So I think high card's your only option.
Yeah, I don't have like a 4th heart, huh?
Nope.
Well, unfortunate. Jean Javier is just gonna kind of like breathe in through his teeth and say, unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna make this one. Moves a bit dour in here, don't you think? Don't you usually have somebody back there playing the piano who... And he kind of like twirls around, sees Cain, and then goes back and says, the walking in clientele kind? And then he's just gonna like set his hand down and show high card ace.
Cool. And what does the dealer put down?
Full house.
I appreciate the screen cap. Dealer gets... how many did you put down? 3 chips.
Yeah. I'm counting my chips on my sheet.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I suppose you could do that on other resource. Or anywhere else you care to. The dealer just smirks. She's not been around very much lately. It's been quite quiet, but I suppose anything's better than silence, isn't it?
That's quite true, but sometimes, you know, a gambler's attitude is affected by the din around them. Jean Javier is going to place down another 3 chips, and is going to say, I find that it's a bit more uplifting with a practiced hand rather than one that doesn't seem to quite understand exactly what's in tune. Now, who exactly normally plays on the ivories over there?
The dealer will be quiet for a second while she shuffles and deals again. This time you have an ace of spades, a king of clubs, king of diamonds, queen of diamonds, 10 of spades, 6 of clubs, 5 of clubs, 3 of clubs.
6, 5, and 3 discard.
6, 5, 3 discard. In that you get a 2 of diamonds, a queen of diamonds, and an ace of clubs.
I'm gonna play 2 pair, ace high, king high.
Cool. And while the dealer is sorting out their turn, it should just be the head priestess, priest. My apologies, Tatiana Crescendo. They use this place as a temple of sorts.
They also a priest for Kol Koran.
No, they're the head priest of Aladra, the goddess of chance. Are you familiar much with the gods, kind sir?
Oh, I'm a bit more of an academic as more than I am more of faith. Kolkaran is the one I'd usually tend to give a little bit of a passe pray to, maybe before I walk into an establishment like this.
Mostly we have people praying to the gods before they play at the tables. Also, congratulations. And she slides over 3 chips, along with the 3 chips you put down.
Okay, awesome. That puts me back at 20. I'm gonna put down 5 this time, and I'm going to say, so tell me about this Tatiana. What exactly is preventing them from getting over here? Like, you said that they usually come out here and use this as a bit almost like a temple. So, what makes today any different? Is it a holiday I happen to not know of? Any form of religious service I might be missing out on?
This time you are dealt King and Queen of Clubs, a 10 of hearts and diamonds respectively, an 8, 5 and 4 of spades, and a 3 of hearts. Word has it that they've been sick.
Oh, that's quite unfortunate. Does anybody know of what? I'm exchanging the 3, the king and the queen.
3 king, queen. You get a 6 of clubs and a king and a jack of diamonds.
Did I make a flush or?
You have got 3 diamonds or 3 spades, so I believe not. You can make a pair.
No.
Of tens.
I'm gonna have to go with the pair 10s, and then king high followed by whatever my next highest cards are.
Jack and 8.
Yeah, so 10 king jack 8.
I'm really sorry, that one was not in your favor. Quad 9s.
Oh god, of course 4 of a kind.
And then just a casual 3 8s as well.
Yeah. Drew a full house, went fishing for the quad.
I just realised, I was also thinking, wait, and you haven't used any discards? But I just automatically loaded the deck up on purple stake, which is what I've been trying to beat this deck on for a while. It only has 2 discards to begin with.
Also, I don't think dealers get discards.
Oh, don't they? Oops.
Oh,
no,
they don't?
dealer. I'm not sure. I don't believe dealers get discards now.
Okay, well then, this hand would have just been who's it? A full house.
Okay, well, full house still beats
That
the
still
pair.
kills me.
Yeah.
This kills the cat.
Murder.
There are many ways to bankrupt a cat.
But yeah, so I had asked about if the dealer happened to know what the priest had come down with.
Word has it it's some kind of food poisoning. We're not quite sure, to be honest.
Oh man, nothing worse than an upset stomach, especially one caused by a bad meal. Happen to know the last place they ate at? Maybe just so that way I can try to avoid it before my next dinner. I'm gonna go all in with 15.
I've already dealt your next hand, so that's going to be interesting once you find it out. They normally like to eat at the Orel de Papin, which is number 5 on the key.
Okay.
But I believe that they also stay there sometimes. The gentle person at the bar, M. Reed, they are a friend of Tatiana's, I believe, here to pick up some dinner. So you are given... It's easier to just tell you, in the suit of hearts, a king, jack, 10, 9, 3, and 2. And then a 7 of diamonds and a 4 of clubs.
Um,
So you have
I'm gonna remove.
6 hearts.
I'm gonna remove the. I'm gonna remove the 2 non-hearts and the 2 of hearts.
Yep. You get a 5 of hearts, a 10 of spades, and a jack of clubs.
I'm gonna play flush with my high cards.
Cool. So that's a king, jack, 10, 9, 5.
Dealer just has a straight. Flush beats it.
Awesome.
You
I am
get
now at 30.
15. Yeah.
Well, that does sound quite unfortunate. I hope that there's nothing going around bad with the food. I heard that there was some raw onions that came in on a shipment not too long ago. Quite weird that they would be shipping those kinds of foods over here. I sure hope that didn't get into any of their pantry storages.
I would hope not. Master Crescendo doesn't normally eat onions. Rotten or otherwise.
I'll definitely give it a chance. It adds a bit of flavor to a dish, especially if you cook it up with some carrot, celery added. You know what? That's for another day. I don't want to waste your time. I'm 10 up. I don't normally gamble, but I think this is a blessing from Kol Karan for me to walk away. Thank you very much for your time.
The dealer would just kind of, taken a bit aback, will just nod. Aladra be with you.
Just tips his hat as he is gonna walk back over to the cage and exchange his 30.
For
'Cause
3
now I am up
whole
1
gold
gold
pieces.
piece.
And that is
Listen,
the
I
most
spent-
money you've made in a while.
I spent 2 and I made 1, so as far as I'm concerned, I made it up. Plus, I got my information, so I'm set.
Cain, can I get another performance check from you, please?
Okay. I'm doing the same.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine by me. I will lower the DC somewhat because you're kind of already beginning to get into the groove of things, and get into the groove of things you do. There's a couple of chords that you're starting to play now. It's starting to come back to you a little bit. And the mood with the music seems to shift somewhat and become a little bit less unnerving. You essentially begin to fade into the background slightly as things seem to settle back into their pace. Davina, you approach the bar. You approach the bar. River Reed does not seem to notice you at first. Has got a whiskey next to one hand, and in another hand they are sketching some very intricate looking design, which you can only assume is for upholstery. Sort of a repeating pattern of it's almost like a fleur-de-lis, but if one had begun to bloom and spread further and further away.
Ooh, that's actually not terrible. I'll have what he's drinking, please.
You are given some whiskey on the rocks.
I take a sip. How good is this man's taste in alcohol?
Their taste is pretty solid. It's
Okay,
it
respect.
definitely wasn't grabbed from the well. So immediately it's already not bottom tier.
The bar is so low. Okay.
No, I think it's average height. It looks like a decent built bar.
I mean, there is one point, off to the edge where it seems to have been lowered a little bit for the somewhat vertically challenged clientele.
I just give them taller stools.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just get stools that jack up. Come on.
High chairs.
For some, a ladder would need to be attached, and it would seem that was not dignified. After all, the gambler is always right.
Are you River Reed? I'm pretending just to recognize him right now.
This person just like eyes you out of just. They're just concentrating on drawing. They just very quickly glance over to you. Yep. You're my brother's protege's sister, aren't you? Hayden?
The other one. Davina.
Oh, you're back in the city.
Oh, my dear, you don't know the half of it. Drink.
Sure,
Drink.
I don't want to know.
Well, if you happen to see my brother anytime soon, you might want to give him your condolences, actually. So you might need to know. Our mother drinks.
Your mother, what? Sorry.
Oh,
Kind
she...
of throws their pen down, like they're just... How dare someone interrupt me in a public setting kind of manner.
She passed away. Makes this guy feel like an asshole.
My mom's dead.
Your mom's fucking dead. Sorry, I interrupted your doodles.
Your mother may be dead, but my hyperfocus is ruined! Oh. Are you sure that I should be the one to tell him that? I thought you were closer.
I'm pretty sure he already knows. I just meant be sensitive. That's what you artist types do, right? Well, no, I'm not going to say we artist types. No, you artist types.
Some of us are. Some of us like to sit in friendly, warm
Very public
environments.
places and expect no one to speak to them?
This person is essentially this setting equivalent of a screenwriter who goes to Starbucks and expects to be like left alone in the quiet.
Yeah, I am heavily judging.
Like the fucking like MacBook, well, notebook in this case. I'm sorry to hear about your mother's passing. I too have lost a mother. I know it can be hard.
How long ago?
And they shrug. 5.5 years ago. Do you remember the black lung that went around?
Oh no.
Yes. Well, she was run over by a carriage on her way to escape some of the sufferers of it.
Me reminding myself what kind of character I'm playing. That's terrible. Gosh. You'd think people would watch where they're going.
Indeed. The carriage was travelling at far too unsafe a speed in that area of the city.
It's really impossible to find a good driver in this town. It's awful, but I can't say I'm surprised.
I'm glad that you agree.
So what brings you here? It looks like your work is keeping you busy.
Oh, I'm just waiting to pick something up for a friend.
I have that liquor. I mean, it's fine, but you could get a better bottle in my cellar, honestly.
Well, I suppose you should just have to hold one of your mother's famous dinner parties and invite me and mine. I'm sure that my son Seaman would be happy to get out of the house a bit. If he's not at my house, he's always spending time with Clara.
Oh?
Yes, well, they have been friends since childhood, you see.
Is this a suitable friend, or do we disapprove?
A princess is certainly a suitable friend.
Oh, things are clicking. Things are clicking.
Things are clicking?
Things are clicking, but it's fine. Well, I will send you over my book of dates, but I'm sure we can accommodate whatever works for your family.
Did you all get invited to the Pretenders soiree next month?
Oh, I heard about it. I don't know.
So you have not been invited.
Actually, the princess herself told us about it, and I don't know if she doesn't deign to attend, why I should.
Well, it is worth weighing up whether one would put all their eggs in such a basket.
Oh! A moment ago she was the most suitable of companions.
Yes, but you know what they say. You must keep your son's potential suitors close, but your empire's assumed new ruler closer. At this point, a very thin, ratty-looking child. You can tell that, like, someone is like an orphan off the street who's got a lot of dirt on their face, has had it very quickly scrubbed off, placed in clothes that are a little bit too big for him. Comes out of the door to the south holding a wrapped package that smells very savoury, hands it to the barkeep and turns and scuttles back away. And the barkeep then slides it over to River and nods his head at them. Ah, that will be the package I'm waiting for.
Having trouble keeping a cook, good sir?
It is for friends. They were taken somewhat ill a few days past. Staying inside a hotel, bored of the room service.
Oh, do I know that story? It's not the Black Lung, is it?
I believe that was made extinct. I haven't stopped long enough to ask them. River Reed stands up, grabs the package, gives you like for the first time after gathering up all of their things, looks Davina straight in the eye and gives you a almost wolfish smile. See you soon for dinner.
I do one of those like head bows, but it's a little bit more shallow than you would expect from my station because I'm very self-important.
And then they begin to walk away. Excuse me, they say to Anissa, who is absolutely not in their way at all. And eventually walks out the door. What are people doing now? Umbra's been
Javier is
watching the
taking
roulette
a
table.
seat with his winnings.
Are you doing
So
that
if
thing
I'm-
where you like you have your one gold piece, you're kind of running it along your fingers?
Yeah, I'm doing the little trick between my furred fingers, just kind of like rolling it across the knuckles.
I would ask for a sleight of hand. I will concede that fur makes it a little easier to slip across. You're not doing it as quickly as many other people do. You look like you're concentrating a little more, but you do pull off the trick. Umbra, Davina? Does Cain continue to play the piano, or?
I actually, I'm going. I'm going to talk to Anissa because might see they are like too quiet.
Fair.
Tell you not so fond of public spaces, I see.
Public spaces are fine. I just don't like casinos.
And may I ask the reason why?
Family. That's all.
Well, I will not pry, but if I can do anything to ease the tension, just let me know.
I appreciate that.
I believe Umbra won in total 3 gold pieces.
No, I lost one in a final hand, so I'm up
Oh,
2
just
gold
the 2.
pieces.
Oh, my count was off by 1. I thought you'd gotten up to 4 and then lost 1. Okay, so you get in total, well, a total of 12 gold pieces back, including the 10 you brought in with. Does Davina join the rest, kind of gathering at the back after finishing her whiskey?
I will. Let's see. Everybody is okay. Yeah. I suppose.
I suppose since I was the only fun one.
So how much did we lose?
I'm actually up an entire gold piece.
Honestly, impressive.
Also heard that our little priest friend Tatiana caught a little bit of a stomach bug holed up in their hotel room at the Hotel de Papin.
You know, River just left to bring them food, I believe. They're getting tired of the room service.
Interesting. I did catch a glance over, saw the package. Now, that does make me think. I'm not a medical professional, I'm just a simple little street magician, but isn't it a bit weird if someone with quite a stomach bug like that they have to hold themselves up in a room for a couple days? Why would they be eating something, you know, a bit heftier? Why wouldn't they be eating something lighter? I would think like maybe, oh, I don't know, simple broth, some veggies.
Could I get a good idea from like the bag and the packaging what dinner was, or like from the scent or anything?
If it was a dinner at all.
Yeah. Well, there was a savory smell, so I could tell it was food.
Yeah, it was certainly cooked. It had that kind of warm cooked scent that beef does. You also smelt a hint of saltiness to it, saltier than like beef would normally smell. There seems to be some kind of like warm, salty umami component to the dish.
I feel like it could be soup. Like from the package, am I able to tell like what shape the container was? Was this, can I Chinese take out this bag? What's in there?
It looked like a bowl of some form with like a lid over it for sure.
Okay. I mean, it looked like soup, stew, whatever people eat.
I mean, if that's the case, that's a life.
It's a fairly common meal for someone who's ill.
Exactly.
Someone who's ill with like a cold or something like that.
I mean, even if you have a stomach ailment, you still have to eat, or you'll die.
Now, I'm not sure how often you get sick with stomach ailments there, Davina, but from my own personal experience, I'm usually not trying to hawk down anything too solid. Granted, I do eat, but it usually tends to be a bit, lighter, I guess, I would say. Then again, we don't know exactly what's in there.
I mean, usually I just drink a glass of raw eggs, but that's,
You smelled something hearty. It could have just been the broth. Who's to say that there's actually the solids in there?
I'm just interposing my opinions.
I mean, I think what's stranger is why would you stay at a hotel when you could stay in the comfort of your own home?
Doesn't
They
quite
They have a
sound
home
like.
here?
From what the dealer sounded like, it didn't quite sound like this Tatiana had a place of their own. In fact, it seemed like the hotel and this are simply the two main places that they stay at. Especially considering that this is supposedly their temple of worship that they use.
I mean, perhaps it is so bad that they need to be quarantined away, but still seems odd.
Did you happen to heard which room she was at? They were.
I don't think that'd be too difficult for us to
It wouldn't be hard to
ascertain.
find out.
At this point, there is a loud crash coming from below all of you as this warforged character stands up suddenly. The chair crashes to the floor behind them. Fucking cheater! The lot of yous! And begins
Excuse you?
to storm, like, angrily storm over to the exchanger, and you see he puts down very few coins.
Oh, so he lost. Understood. So loser. Gotta love him.
Love him indeed.
And as just turns and stops in their tracks. Well.
Hi, Rogue.
And just charges up towards you, almost shoulders Umbra out of the way. Anissa, me old buddy, how you doing?
I've been better, but I've been worse.
Scoops you into a hug. I didn't expect to see you here, of all places. To be fair, I
Likewise.
didn't expect to see you outside of His Imperial Majesty's finest cells.
Oh, please. Like those cells could hold me.
So
You
much
and me
side-eye
both.
being given.
Right?
You and me both, brother. And what are you doing here? There are all these charming young people around you.
we'll talk about that later. Work, unfortunately.
Oi, work. I remember that. I recently reconfigured my brain.
I can tell.
It's back
Then
to
again.
back to being a blackjack shark for me.
Mhm.
Except that table is loaded. I was counting them cards, like I always do, but these new aces kept coming out of nowhere.
Uh-huh.
Oh, ain't it just swell to see you, though? My luck has changed for the better.
I'm glad.
Look, I've got one of the smaller rooms down at the Papan.
I will try to get over. Work being what it is.
Work being what it is always the way, innit? Well, if there's anything I can help with, you know who to call. Codename Rogue.
Uh-huh. Stay safe. Stay to the shadows. You know.
Rogue is just gonna turn to Umbra and just have just a cold mechanical hand out. Rogue, good to meet you.
Umbra. And Umbra will shake.
Umbra, quite a name. I'm an old buddy of Anissa's here.
As I can see.
How's Anissa doing right now?
Trying to comprehend so many fucking things, and it's just like the helmet is off, head in like hands, trying not to laugh.
Josh, this is what happens when you create an NPC and then tell me to just go with it and do what I want.
Oh, I as a player love it, but I've got to now contend with a character who doesn't know how to contend with it.
Okay. Fairs.
I was gonna ask,
So,
like,
this is an
what-
associate of yours.
Sorry, Sarah. Gate was talking first.
I'm sorry.
no, it's okay. Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, what is Anissa's kind of like facial reactions to all of this?
I can't roll deception for. Actually, no, I can roll deception. Keeping it together.
The blank slate as normal.
Yeah, I'm not even. If
Yeah,
I
you could try
can't, if I
insight
can't see any
that.
like cracks, I'm not gonna try to figure it out. Jean Javert, however, will kind of like play a little disruption, lean across Anissa like on purpose, and then just kind of like reach out ahead and say, "Enchanté, Jean Javert. Another compatriot of Anissa's here."
Oh yeah, she never fails to find the interesting ones. Put her there, good friend. My name is Rogue. My code name is Rogue. My job? Well, Rogue.
Well, ain't that a bit of quink-a-dink? My name is Jean Javert, the cat is silent, and the cat is indeed what I do as well. And you're right, Anissa here does keep some interesting company if you're anything to tell. And then he just like places a hand on Anissa's shoulder, just like gives her a friendly little jostle.
Has anyone met a automata before? Which is, the in-universe Warforged.
I feel like
Depends.
maybe there are some at university, so I feel like I've seen one.
Yeah, you've
We probably studied
heard of
Arcana
them.
Attack, or at least it was around.
I can say Cain has absolutely probably never met one before. Except
How common would they be around Orissier?
they are on the rarer side for sure.
Jean Javert probably saw one, maybe two, but not like directly familiar with.
I mean, given Umbra's upbringing and past, there's a possibility that he could have ran into some before, but probably not known them.
Yeah, so the city of Athington, to which Orissier is the capital city, one of their two main exports is automata. So I think it would be more likely that Jean Javert has met one. I would say Umbra would have met one in the past, though. Maybe just one or two encountered briefly in your line of work. So this is an interesting looking individual because when everyone shakes their hand, you can feel the weight isn't like a humanoid weight. There's nothing underneath like the steel gauntlets, which are surprisingly muffled. They don't clank when they move like you would expect someone clad in plate mail to. You look at their helmet and you realise it's not a helmet, that's their face. They are, however, not currently holding the sword that the photo shows. Oh.
False advertisement, can't believe it.
Literally unplayable, right?
How can I be immersed? You're breaking it.
Immersion. Rogue will look at all of you, and will kind of put the other hand on Anissa's other shoulder and just goes, "You really have met some interesting company, haven't you?
Uh-huh.
Do you like that?
Indeed.
I've been trying to practice my vocal recognition patterns."
It's something.
And I apologize, I believe, Sarah, you were saying something. You wanted to ask
I
a
do. I
question.
don't remember.
I
I really don't
apologize
remember.
for not remembering to remind you to remember sooner. Let me know
I
if it
probably
comes
forgot
to you.
immediately. Let's be fair.
Oh no, you ADH didn't. Yeah, in that case, sorry, Josh, I think you were gonna say something.
No, that's just a sigh.
Yeah, first. Do you remember way back when we were in like O'Shane, and you were asking me to pretend to be some like hoity-toity Ardran automata purchase whatever, but I just couldn't do the accent. Well, I've been working
Vaguely.
on that a little bit now. We got rumbled that evening.
We did. Huh, I forgot about that.
We had to flee all the way across, all the way back to, ironically, Ardra. You, me, and Mr. By the Way.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, what you doing back here, eh?
I can't say.
And like they'll like lean in slightly closer and attempt to whisper, and by that I mean there's like their neck has a series of knobs and they just like turn one lower, and then their voice just comes out quieter. "And what are you doing with one of the royals of this here city?" And then turns the volume knob back up again.
Depends why you know that, of course.
It's all in the papers, isn't it?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
You should know about things being in papers, shouldn't you?
Hey, we don't go there, alright?
My apologies. Which one of you's been sapping away my little Anissa's sense of humour?
Oh, surely could it not be me? I'm trying to keep her as joyful and smiling as ever.
Of that
The
I
hand
do
has
believe.
not left Anissa's shoulder.
Anissa, you have a sense of humor?
Surprisingly, yes.
I feel like that was gone when we got her, so...
Oh,
I think she was
hidden.
broken when we bought this model.
Rogue sir, this model is defective. Please return it for a newer model.
Davina buys the dry British humor comedy set and is like, I thought I got comedy CDs, but these sound just like depressing anecdotes.
No, they're all just clips of our politics. 'Cause if you don't want
Oh, that's a
things right-
joke.
Yep.
Our politics is a joke, yes. They're trying to kill me, please send help. Anyway, Rogue will just look down at Anissa quite pitifully, and then look over at Umbra. "I reckon it's you. I don't trust someone whose face I can't see," they say, through a face that could barely resemble a face, looks exactly like a helmet.
In their defense, they're not covering it.
Except for like a hood, but that's only like on the back.
We all wear masks. Some of us just have them publicly shown. Others hide them to hide their hearts.
Yep, I found the one that's stolen the sense of humour.
I don't blame you. I saved his life once, still have not seen a single smile on his face since.
To be fair, have you seen his face at all?
Yeah, I was gonna say, if we can't see the smile because of the
No,
gesture.
John Javier knows what he says.
You just
John
gestured
Javier
to
knows
all
what he
of him.
says.
You have seen at least my jaw. I do have to take the bottom of the mask off to eat. You know I am flesh and blood.
And I've never ever peeked while you slept. Pinky promise.
Do you want to roll a persuasion or a deception check there? You can whisper that to me as well.
I will whisper it to you.
Umbra, you are free to inspect or vibe check that comment if you like.
I'm guessing a 10 in insight is terrible against the absolute
Yeah.
best
raw
liar in the party.
power of. she was lying. Some people are born with it.
Some people do it as their job. Da da da. Lawyers.
Sometimes it's Maybelline.
I am going to have to believe that that was simply a jest. Because let me tell you, attempt it, and one of Umbra's spectral knives appears in his hand. It will
There's
not be
no
good.
need to threaten me with violence, Umbra.
See right there, Rogue? Not a single funny bone in his body. It's all business, business, business.
Or to
When you
take
have-
out sometime to the there's a particular brothel in Miesling I am quite fond of. That's the funny thing
Hear
about this
that?
brothel. They don't actually do any form of like prostitution in. All they do is just dance, oil up your inches, and make the best goddamn wings you've ever felt. Going down your little weird mouths.
Hear that, Umbra? Maybe we can get your little mask a little polish. Get you a bit cheerier.
There's nothing to be cheery about.
I mean, that's honestly fair. And then I drink, I just kind of, as if it's a shot, drink the rest of my whiskey.
Right, I forgot we got the two absolutes here. Serious and depressed.
I thought that was a constellation.
No, I think you're thinking of Ursa Minor.
No, depressed.
I thought it was called Beetlejuice.
What?
What?
Huh?
I'm not an astrologist. I'm actually more of a street magician. I perform simple little tricks.
I've probably nicked a couple of quid from you over the years. In that case, and if that is so, I do apologise, can't sir.
Nah, no hard feelings on the streets. You have to do what you can. I don't blame nobody for taking what they need.
Why, life is hard when you're a reject.
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that right, Anissa?
Wow.
Hand has still not left the shoulder.
Yeah, sure.
I do love the notes I take sometimes about what happens here.
I think I'm gonna head out, get some fresh air.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah,
I do believe it's been almost 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Rogue, it was nice meeting you. What was your room number again? I'd love to talk about some of your previous adventures, the ones that you can talk about with Anissa.
Oh yeah, So I'm in like the basement level. I'll pay extra to not have to see the outside world. So I'm in basement level 1, room 5.
Sounds good. I might give you a visit sometime.
Oh no, what have I done?
What have you done, Josh?
There are many things that I have done.
You've made us associate with the riffraff, that's what.
You asked a simple question, Josh.
I know.
You just
regret
call
this.
me riffraff?
No, I called the person we just met riffraff, relax.
Look,
I was
their
about
whole
to say.
their whole body is worth as much as your house.
Eh, you can't buy class, honestly. Just learning
Oh,
that
I
now
see.
at this point in my life.
I see. You look down on the nouveau riche.
Are you surprised?
I really am not. I don't know why I feigned surprise. Yeah, you go get yourself some fresh air there, my love. At this point, Amos Fincher is going to pack away the cards and chips that are on the table, lock them in a secure drawer underneath his little blackjack table, stretch his arms, and is literally just going to have to force his way past Rogue in order to get to, like, the employee locker room area. Why,
The fucking
what?
sucks is it's a customer and you have to be like so nice to them and you're really like just in your head like get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, Amos is like, excuse me, kind guest, I need to get to the inn. And he just gestures at the door. Rogue just kind of saunters away. Seems to be picking up like a couple of, like, is almost learning from Jean Javert's personality more now.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
This is perfect.
I do apologise there, my love. You can go ahead and do whatever you want. And this is the unsexy British accent that people don't like to spread around very much. After about 2 minutes, Rogue will just end up kind of going, right, well, I believe I was going to return back to my room. You know where it is. Have you need of me and my services? Lovely
And your
to meet-
services include
roguish things mostly. I can also do a bang-on imitation of anyone I've met after a little bit of meeting them. For example, your services include...
Davina didn't like that.
Now see, that is what technology can be. Eventually, that
think
will
I-
replace all workforces here in Orisier.
Eventually,
think
I
that
will replace all work services here in Orisier.
I think Davina just became anti-technology.
Okay, boomer.
We're reverting back.
She
Let's
is
leave.
part of the 1%, so
Return
I'm
to
not
monkey.
surprised.
So first off, my mom died on an airship. Now my accent is getting mocked by an automata. So that's it. We're done. We're done.
I'm done.
Blowing it up.
This is the beginning of her villain arc.
You guys thought Davina was bad before, just wait.
Revert to the Stone Age.
Anyway, it's been a pleasure to meet you, Jean Javert. Put it there, my son.
Right there, all right. And then just kind of like trying to imitate like Rogue as well. Clap hands and just like shake it.
Not bad. Just remember, you got to talk through, like, the back of your throat. You've also got to be almost always going up a little bit to make sure that people understand you.
You're right. I gotta work on that a little bit. Unfortunately, my vocals tend to be a bit more lower draw downs rather than going up like yours.
I understand not everyone can have the biological advantages of me not being biological at all. It is a time to meet you as well, Umbra. Put it there.
We have already shaked hands. Good day.
I'm not sure what I expected there. Lovely to meet you, Davina. Not sure I ever got your name, sorry.
That's okay. You can call me Cain.
Cain, I particularly liked your piano playing earlier.
Thank you. I was just reminding old days.
You're a regular crescendo mini, if I don't say so myself.
I appreciate.
Shakes up your hands and just saunters out of the casino. Couple of 20 seconds later, Amos Fincher arrives. Just looks somewhat blank. Are you ready to talk?
Indeed. Let us go. Lead the way, good sir.
There's a private room over here.
Somebody fetch Anissa.
Yeah, I'm gonna fetch Anissa, and in the way back, I was just gonna be like, I'm sorry to ask this, but what kind of base is the one that we just met? I don't think I ever met someone or something that would function without, well, blood.
Wait, is that to Anissa?
Yeah.
Oh. Rogue is unique construct. Automaton, something akin to that. You know.
So you mean they are living beings without being alive?
What does it mean to be alive?
Shit.
The concept is quite troublesome, but thank you for your explanation.
I feel I have unleashed a great evil upon this land.
Are you
Right.
saying that as Anissa or as Josh?
Why not both?
Well, there are only 4 available chairs, but I anticipated Anissa standing anyway.
Yeah, damn right.
Cain briefly sits on Davina's lap
Oops, I'm sorry.
and skirts behind Amos.
Do you need glasses?
Yeah, I think it's
Ready?
about time for a recap as to what Cain's eyes actually look like.
Yeah, they are full red, and he's crying blood tears.
Do
24/7.
you need medical assistance?
With clear eye, get rid of red eyes right away.
It's
Clear
a
eye.
condition.
Apply directly to the eyeball. Sorry. All of you sit down. Amos just kind of slumps in the chair he's chosen. It doesn't appear to be empty-handed. Has a a small brown bag that he very obviously and very like pointedly places on the table in front of him. I suppose you want to know what happened, don't you? Well, he begins to unwrap the bag. Inside there is a sandwich. He is on his lunch break after all.
We sure that this area is safe to talk in? This is the cathedral, after all.
Well, here is what I was going to say to all of you. I regret ever talking to Madame Jacques. Or her... They were very close, I don't know. Best friend, associate, whatever. Gwendolyn. The day after I gave that statement, Master Crescendo approached me and explained everything perfectly naturally. I no longer believe that anything untoward happened regarding Master Crescendo.
Really? What explanation was given? I'm so interested to hear this.
Well, mostly that's... swallows down a couple of bites of this sandwich. It appears to be pastrami. That they were wandering the streets that night, which I was so worried. Found the corpse afterwards. Apparently she's privately talked to the investigating constabulary. Hence why they didn't want to take my statement initially. They already had a much better witness than me.
Now, is he lying or he truly believes that?
You can roll an insight check. As well as anyone else who would like to vibe check the fuck out of this guy.
Yeah, I'm going to as well.
It's not worth it for me to roll. Actually, I might do well.
If you were
nope,
trying
it's really not.
I'm quite consistent.
Don't forget to turn Whisper off.
Yeah, I just did.
Oh, cool.
But for everybody's information, I rolled a natural one.
Yeah.
My God.
If you're not trying to persuade the truth out of someone, no offense, you're useless.
I know. I'm here for one part of the. I'm not here for the listening part. I'm just like Davina never has her listening ears on. Okay.
Your Honor, I may be a simple upper class noble woman, but I'm here to defend my clients.
Listen, it's a very like Chicago style of defense of like.
Ain't got
If
no
I baffle them with enough bullshit, they will stop.
Wait, is Chicago style defense just a gish gallop?
No, it's like the musical
filibuster.
Chicago. Give me a round razzle.
Right.
Yeah, that's a gish galop. He's literally like constantly throwing words and information at the jury to like twist it into a narrative. He's gish galloping them.
When it goes to court, on the rare occasion it goes to court, it's like either that or it's just like deny, deny, deny.
They both reach for the money, for the money.
It depends on how much evidence. If they actually have evidence, then I do it Chicago style. If they have no evidence, I just deny, deny, deny.
First. I've heard a lot about like Chicago style pizza and Chicago style mafia. That for a second I just didn't twig that the musical existed, even though the film adaptation is one of my favourite films.
It's amazing.
And I know probably all the songs off by heart at some point or another in my life. Anyway, sorry. So, we have a varying amount of insights. Davina, obviously hopeless, is...
I've gotten very distracted. I've noticed that there's, like, one of my nails has something under it.
Yeah,
and...
at the very most, you're probably, like, about this guy, you're probably more distracted by his sandwich, and you're wondering if like the meat is the same kind of meat that you saw like River Reed carry out earlier. Like you're trying to like smell it while like biting your nail. Well, would you bite your nails, or would you have an elegant file hidden
No,
somewhere
I
about your
pull out
person?
a file and I start like doing my nails, sitting right
Alright.
there.
Umbra, you get the sense that this person believes what they're saying, but Cain, Jean-Javert, and Anissa, you all fully grasp that this person is not, in a sense, human anymore. As he bends over to like bite some of this sandwich, you see faint scars on his neck, 2 points, about half a thumb apart from one another.
Ooh, that would sound weird, but can I feel something different in his blood?
Are you able to sense blood without like touching him or the blood?
Could I, like, I don't know,
I will allow
try
this as
some
part of the
social-
insight if you can. Like if that's a
No,
feature you have, but I'm not sure.
No, I don't think I would touch him, but in a way that would like be normal.
Oh yeah, like
That
you
makes
could be
sense.
like, oh, you got a crumb or something.
Yeah, that's good.
Right. For that I would ask for a deception check, though. I'm afraid.
Okay. Oh my god.
I will give you a little advantage because well, I will give you advantage to that check because there are quite a few other people who are sus and he is preoccupied, and yeah, you've sussed it out.
Okay. Okay.
Not that you needed it anyway with your -1. Yeah, so you very briefly like graze against his skin as you wipe away the imaginary crumb. Although you are free to minor illusion a real crumb in that place to show him. His skin is cold. But the three of you again, Anissa, Jean-Javert, Cain, just looking at him, you can see his eyes are a little bit more bloodshot than the average person's would be, as if he's been like awake all day and all night for a couple of days in a row. The way in which he's eating the sandwich is it's almost performative rather than actually hungry. And again, he's talking in this very kind of emotionless, deadpan voice.
I do have a question. I might hunger myself. Oh, where did you get that sandwich, by chance?
There was a deli down the street.
Oh, I do love that deli. Oh, you know, when they brine the pastrami, they use so much garlic in it.
Indeed, that's the nicest thing about it. Keeps the werewolves away, don't you know? I still believe that was what I thought I heard that night.
Wait, did we really make it lore accurate that garlic was for werewolves? I thought that was just Tomas and his garlic allergy.
So,
Yeah, he was.
I mean, it also could be. This could be another superstition that this guy just believes.
yeah, that's essentially it. Like out of character, like for Tomas in particular, it seemed that like the superstition and the reality aligned. But in general, I like out of character, I have a pleasure with like mixing up laws. So like the werewolves have a more vampiric law to them and vice versa. So there is a superstition that werewolves are afraid of garlic and religious symbols and running water / holy water, and they don't like that, like if you throw a bunch of things on the ground, they have to obsessively count them, and you have to kill the head werewolf and all that. All of which are traditionally vampiric things.
And vampires are
I
afraid
thought
of
that-
silver.
Sorry, say that again, Mavis.
And vampires are afraid of silver.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, both things have been true in various types of
Mm.
in various like cultures. Vampires and werewolves have both been afraid of silver. So that one's a
That's
bit
the
of a
reason
moot
why
point.
vampires don't have reflections, was because mirrors were
silverback
silver-backed.
Yes.
And mirrors silver as a pure metal repels evil, so it cannot show reflection of evil.
Yeah, I think silver actually is a bane to a lot of supernatural creatures, except for the Fae, who are iron. Also, I thought the counting thing was a Fae thing, but I could be wrong.
Vampires are also a counting thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
That actually makes the Count a lore-accurate vampire.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Sorry, we don't even have that show air in the UK, I think.
Cries.
It's literally
your childhood
just
like?
the internet. It was filled with other equally good British shows that don't get as much worldwide recognition. Anyway, yeah, so he kind of like grins in this quite self-satisfied way in which like he's communicating to you the superstition.
Mm-hmm.
There's a very brief hint behind the eyes that Anissa would pick up. Anissa and Cain would pick up with their 20+ insights. That Amos Fincher is crying for help inside in a way. There's just this glimmer in the eyes of pain as he says this about werewolves and vampires.
Yeah, go on. I've got probably a notepad and a pen. That seems like something to have on hand. I'm just gonna write on it, like, do you need help? Not say anything and just show it.
Well, one of my co-workers did call out sick today as well. One of their siblings came saying that they'd come down with a malady. So if you know how to deal blackjack, I would appreciate that help, but otherwise I am fine, thank you.
I don't think this is a safe place. I think this room is watched. Out of character. I don't know shit.
You don't know shit about fuck.
I don't know shit.
But Anissa and I would also allow Cain and Jean Javert to make another roll because you have like reached that minimum insight of suspicion. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll push it one more time.
Rolling really low.
Oof.
No, I lost it.
Umbra, I would
Me too.
say that like while you yourself have only gained a smidgen of suspicion about Amos, you're a lot more in tune with your party, and when they start to ask things like this, you can get more suspicious and roll again for insight.
Why is everyone talking about pastrami and delis?
I heard the clink like you just... Oh, there we are. 13. I mean, it's not the worst roll.
No.
So, Umbra, you get this sense of he is offended that you would ask him. There is like a really strong hint of very surface level, like the personality is completely offended. But again, Anissa, just there's something hiding behind that personality that is surfacing that is kind of like, it's almost like if you were to picture looking into someone's eyes, you could see a representation of themselves within their eyes just jumping up and down going, help me, help me. But it's not a conscious part of the body.
Ooh.
Well, I believe I do know how to fulfill that request. So,
If there's anything else, otherwise I would like to finish my food in peace. The word food even feels a bit forced to you, Anissa.
Oh, of course. Sorry, my brain at the moment is trying to calm down from fucking hell. He mentioned a friend being ill, right?
A co-worker.
Just curiosity's sake. What's that co-worker's name?
I'd only met her a handful of times. Emily something?
Yeah. Okay.
Don't ask
Fair
me where
enough.
she lives because I don't care enough about my co-workers. I keep my personal life and my professional life very separate. Otherwise,
Honestly.
people start to follow you home and ask you weird questions. And I don't like being followed home or having... And there's just... Everyone can see for just a second this assumed persona just weakens a bit and the voice almost changes. And things happening to me while I'm walking home. I don't like that.
No, I don't think anyone does. And honestly, same. I'd prefer to keep professional and personal separate. Right. I shall leave you be. Have a lovely lunch. Smiles. Walks out.
Yes, be safe, all of you. I'm sure that Lady Eladra is on your sides, but you can never be too sure.
Yes, thank you for all the information.
Umbra just gets up and leaves, doesn't say anything.
That tracks.
Best of luck in your endeavors, sir. In my head. She was like, you're so fucked, guy. You're so fucked.
He just gets grabs a big bite out of the sandwich as looks at you.
I don't trust things.
Well, we knew that already.
Going to walk and kind of lead us up and out back to the street where we're not as seen, if we're going to talk about this.
Oh dear.
It probably would be best if we weren't within the actual temple itself.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, it seems like it's a good time for a break. Let's call it 15. I believe you all were, you'd finished talking to Amos Fincher, had got your
We're heading outside.
suspicions. And you head out. It is definitely nightfall now. You know, there's a lot fewer people on the streets. You see a lot more illuminated houses from people just winding down in their evenings. Where are you guys going?
Just going to look over towards the others and kind of pull them into like a side alley where we're not going to be overly seen. At least not right away.
Mhm.
I don't fully trust what he had to say. I can stay out and trail behind so we can do some more investigating.
He wanted help. That much was evident.
I don't know
It
if we'll be able to help them.
I'm not entirely sure if you noticed it, Umbra, but it seems our friend got a little bit too much of their neck in the game, got bit.
Oh.
Yeah, Davina.
I mean, I was bitten. I'm fine.
Can
Last time I checked,
Is
still
she
under
fine?
you know if I wasn't, would you ever fucking know?
I have
back that
Arcana.
eye.
I could probably determine
Are
vampirism.
you?
I'm fine.
I try to recall what I know about vampiric turning.
Go for it. That would be history or religion.
I'm not a religious person, so I'll go with history.
Sorry, give me a sec. With a 20, vampires can turn with a bite, but it requires firstly intent and secondly to completely drain the victim of blood.
Seems she's still pretty full of herself, so I highly doubt it. Yeah, no, okay. Jean Javier is just gonna shrug and just say, maybe you should get yourself checked out the next time we're in the chapel district.
Better safe than sorry, I guess.
Fine. We already have so many other things to do. I really don't think it healed fine. This isn't really a priority.
That's nothing a little more touch up of your makeup can't cover. Anyway, maybe we can
Use
indeed-
you.
The way that he was wording his phrases, and I do think that perhaps we should try to tail him on the way, despite his dislike for being followed back home.
That was my suggestion. I am the best to do it. Then we can move from there.
Yeah, I'm not really the best to vague gesture of like following. I'm not really. I don't know if. But I mean, Umbra, you'll be fine on your own. You're not concerned about.
There is one other thing, though. We are trying to make sure our employer is recovered from his current affliction. And I believe that we were trying to do that tonight, and I think time is currently against us, so I'm not entirely sure exactly what form of priorities we want to take for today.
Certainly, but isn't the clock like paused while he is
Sleeping.
air quotes asleep?
It only keeps him under, so that way we have the time. Unfortunately, we do need to figure this out before he fully turns by the next moon, if I recall correctly.
And the next moon is. I'm not gonna really calculate this. My character.
I'm not an astrologist.
You mean an astronomer?
I said what I said.
The next moon is in about 4 weeks.
Oh, we have a ton of time, yeah, because it just happened.
So, just to clarify, you have been told that the werewolf curse will fully overtake him, long before the next full moon. When you went to the festival, you were told that it normally hits fully after about 48 hours.
Cool.
That you managed to administer that living death potion to him before then, which will keep him under for about a week. So in total, you have 8 days to find and kill the head werewolf,
Or find some other cure.
We have a week and a half.
Yeah.
Well, it's easy then. We split up. I do the trailing, potentially get some more intel. You all go after our other leads. Besides, I am going to remain a liability until I get a contract voided. I think it is safer for me not to go after those who could immobilize me.
Would you like me to? I mean, it's your business, obviously, but you know I'm good with loopholes. Would you like me to just take a little peek at that contract?
I do not have the contract. It is at headquarters, and I must burn it. It is how I will
Unfortunate
break
that you don't have
free.
a copy.
No, typically those things are kept.
Well, yes, but sometimes you'll just get a copy for your own reference, right?
Even if I had
Even if it's
one,
not binding.
I do not think it would be the one that I need to destroy to rid myself of this obstacle.
I was just saying maybe there's a clause in there that would help us nullify it. We wouldn't have to necessarily, destroy the contract. No, that's obviously an option.
Even if I did have a copy, I likely would never show it to you, especially if it included some details.
All right, have it your way.
So we have two options basically. Going towards Tatiana and see if we can somehow find clothes around her room. And we also have to wait for Clara and Gwendolyn to finish the potion. We could go there and help them, maybe.
I think that they are quite able to handle it. I do think that the two of them together, putting their heads, they should be able to get everything finished. Smart as they are, working with the current academics that they are associated with.
A chill begins to course through the alley from which you have sought shelter. And you hear a faint chuckle from one of the roofs above you all.
Oh, motherfucker.
Oh my god, this motherfucker!
Amatal, we forgot the obvious thing. Nobody ever looks up.
Well now, isn't that just interesting information to know around? We will make sure to pay them both a visit after we are done with you.
Oh.
Why so silent, good messieurs? Did you think that I had left you for good?
I'm sorry, I can't quite hear you from up there. I suggest you come down here to talk.
Yes!
And I would like him to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh!
Is your spell save actually 14?
Yes.
Yeah, at level 5 I'd assume that to be accurate.
A
Yuck.
plus
Yeah.
proficiency, and my intelligence is 14.
Your petty tricks have no value on me. Even if it worked. We are immune to charm. You do not know what you're up against, do you little prowlers?
Well, I mean, for someone as uncharming, I would expect you to be immune. And I would like to cast Vicious Mockery.
Such sour words coming from such a sweet throat.
Oh my god!
Perhaps my associates here could help educate you. He just puts his hands together, claps, and it's now that, because he did roll a nat 20 on his stealth, which is why even the bitches with a 21 in passive perception did not see him coming. You can check the archives.
Oh my god!
And these lurching figures their aura feels not too dissimilar from Amos Fincher. They begin to edge out of the utter darkness of the nighttime shadows. My friends and I are quite bored watching you jeopardize us. And, stealing away our precious Thomas. Now, die. I'd like everyone to roll initiative, please.
Is that's on me, so I have advantage on initiative. So I'll take the 19. That. Oh.
Oh no. I like to remind everybody that I have an AC of 11.
How
Why?
Yeah, yeah.
Is your dexterity negative? What are you doing?
First off, I'm a wizard. Second off, my dexterity is +1.
Get some mage armor or something. Jeez.
Third off, I don't have mage armor.
Well, that seems like a personal problem.
That was the point, wasn't it? That was the funny part about Jean Javert. Anyway, this like desiccated, shambling creature with a huge, slightly mottled with what you hope is rust longsword begin to approach you, raise it, and almost mechanically just raises it and thwacks it down on Jean Javert, and then turns and whacks it down on Anissa.
And that actually hits.
So the 19 against Jean Javert. I'm just... Oh yeah, that hits.
I literally just said my AC.
Yeah, I know, I was fucking around.
If you roll a 12, you hit me.
Considering these guys as plus, there are very few numbers that wouldn't hit. So Jean Javert takes 10 slashing damage, sorry, and Anissa takes 6.
Yeah, I've marked it.
Anissa.
How high is the roof that this nerd is on?
It's 1 story. So that is at about 15 foot.
Real quick, I have to do something.
Oh, no props.
Could I get there within 30
Okay.
feet? Within melee?
Okay.
Depends on your climbing speed.
None.
Is when you're climbing, if you don't have a set climbing speed, it's doubled, I believe.
Yeah, so it'd take me an entire turn's movement to get up there anyway. Okay.
Yeah, so you get to the base of it with 10 feet, and then you'd have to climb 30 feet. So, yeah, just climbing is 30 feet of movement.
Damn.
And he's like fully just vibing. This like Horvold dick has got his little like boots just dangling off of the side of the roof and is just kicking them like he's a child with his feet in a cool stream of water. Smiling down at you like you're a bunch of tadpoles.
Ugh. Okay, I'll just hit the one in front with Holy Word. Wait, no, is that ranged? That is arranged. Okay, never mind. I'll just do Sacred Flame on the one in front of me. There should be an additional 5 damage to that.
Excuse me. Dexterity. They are surprisingly dexterous undead. These ain't no zombies.
My save is 16, not 14.
Oh, right, yeah. Sorry, I thought you meant the
That's alright.
damage.
Yeah, so it's 11 damage.
Right. I thought you meant when it said
Yeah,
it
yeah.
should be
It's
plus.
all good.
Right? So none of the numbers that you're rolling are actually indicative.
For some, the radiant damage is accurate.
Oh, yeah,
The
it
additional
says
damage
DC
hasn't.
16 up there. Huh.
Yeah, the additional damage hasn't rolled for some reason, but it's a flat number. So
Okay, so it's 11 damage.
it's 11 damage, yeah.
And they take it because you actually have a DC of 16.
Of 16, yeah. For some reason, the description says 14. The actual stat thing says
Yeah.
Make sure the spell has your class in there. For some reason, if you don't fill that out, it doesn't always calculate correctly.
That might be what
bloody
it
weird.
is, because Anissa is not a PHB class.
that spell is from the PHB class.
Yeah, but sometimes if it's for multiple classes, it won't have the class auto filled
Yeah,
out.
I'll go throughout the sheet. It's fine.
Thank you. But yeah, it's cool. Is that your turn?
Mhm.
Cain.
Hmm.
It's your old friend.
Yeah, but now I'm with a clear head, so I will use symbiotic entity to get my hit points, and bonus action shillelagh. And I want to hold on 110. I want to go 10. Oops. 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm gonna protect Davina from this one in front of us.
Thanks.
And that'll be my turn.
Lovely.
Oh yeah, sorry. I can use my reaction to actually do the Halo of Spores. Yeah, on this guy in front of me, which will be DC 16 con save for 8 damage.
Oof. Is that
Oof.
a half or a nothing?
Oh, nothing.
Silvery barbs to give disadvantage. And I will give the advantage to Umbra.
Oh ho ho. I do enjoy some advantage.
Well, one of us is enjoying this fight right now.
Says Jean Javert on bloodied level health.
Jean Javert is currently in a bad state.
Must reroll the d20.
And take the lower.
So that fails, so that is 8 damage after all then. It is 8 necrotic damage.
Unfortunately, yeah.
So, as you can probably anticipate, this undead seems a bit more resistant to the type of damage that you're causing. You have been around a lot of undead in your time. This is something that does not come as a surprise to you.
Mm-hmm.
Is that your turn?
Yeah.
This one is going to move into the middle of the pack and is going to try and hit Anissa since you're the one that's drawn first blood, and is then going to hit the second most worrying looking person, which is Umbra. Doesn't hit Umbra, but I think hits Anissa. Yeah, 12 damage.
Ew.
Umbra.
Well, Umbra is going to move 20 feet. I'm not going to care about opportunity attacks. It can have one.
Which it will.
That misses.
Cool.
I'm then going to cunning action dash to climb the building.
That would work. You are now next to the nerd.
Yeah, I'm going to draw my silvered dagger and attempt to go, like, just stab him into the abdomen. With
Fuck him
my
up.
advantage.
Go for it.
25.
25 hits.
So silver dagger damage is going to be 9. So 18 damage total.
18. Let me just maths.
And this is a silvered dagger,
Yes.
if it matters.
It does. I can tell you why later. My eye's so itchy. I've been having mad hay fever all day. Sorry. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep, I've used my movement, my bonus action, and my attack.
Where do you stab this guy?
He's like sitting, so like Umbra just bolts over, climbs up. I'm guessing pulls his dagger and just stabs into like the back shoulder. Like a hand on the shoulder and just back into the back.
Fair, fair. Yep, you do that. It definitely seems to hurt him as much as you hoped. But then Horvald turns around, just looking at you like you're a amusing plaything, grinning from ear to ear. Why don't you sit and join me, darling? I'm sure you're quite handsome underneath that hood. Why don't you take it off?
I think Ring of Mind Shielding immediately deflects
Yep.
that.
It would, much to the vampire spawn's annoyance. He will stand up and just go, "Where did you get that thing?"
I am the Watcher in the dark.
Mamorna has betrayed us. And since he's used his action and has nothing decent as a bonus action, that will be the end of his turn. However, you do note that at the end of his turn, the skin that you stabbed seems to knit together. Davina.
Housekeeping. I don't have one in my inventory, but do we all have a Ring of Mind Shield, or do only some of us grab
No,
that?
we
Everyone should
have
have got one.
Ring of Mind Strengthening.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that one gives us protection against charmed and frightened.
Okay.
And then
We got it from the
Umbra
Mourner
got
when we
something
all
else.
went undercover. And somehow the Mourner did worse than me in trying to figure out that Umbra wasn't the Watcher.
Amazing. Okay. I kind of want to save my first levels. I don't like the word. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna circle around. Javier is super fucked up, right?
Javier took a longsword slash to the chest and is wheezing.
Okay, I'm gonna circle around without leaving this guy's threatened area. I'm going to put a hand on Javier's shoulder. And I'm going to cast Heroism on us both, which prevents us from frightened, doesn't really help, but you do get a number of temporary hit points equal to my spellcasting modifier, which is 5, and you get that at the start of each of your turns. You can't hold more than 5 at one time, though.
Okay.
So I am concentrating on that. And I am going to use my last remaining sorcery point to twin spell that, so I have that on myself as well.
Cool.
And then how many? Okay, and how close are you? And Umbra's fucking up the boss, so Umbra,
Wait,
you
why
get a
do you have
little.
sorcery points? Sorry.
Sorry, what?
Why? Do you
Oh,
have...
so I could twin spell it.
Yeah, no.
to
why?
use a spell also on
Why
myself.
do you have that?
I have the feat for it.
Ah, okay.
A variant human. I have 2 of them.
Right. Sorry, that's not. I need to adapt my notes then.
I have the meta magic adept feat.
Cool. Yeah. Sorry, my bad. Is that it with your turn?
And then I'm going to give a little wink bardic inspiration over to Umbra because he is fucking up the big bad. And that is my turn.
Jean Javert, you are slightly more bolstered than you were before.
Jean Javert actually doesn't pay any mind to the magical buff that was applied to him because right now his eyes are glaring at the creature that had slashed at him as he reaches down, grabs the hilt of the dagger, pulls it out, and begins to attempt to viciously stab at its throat. A
Beautiful.
19.
Hits.
For 4 piercing damage, and this is a magical weapon.
Nice. So that will do the anticipated amount.
That is all I can do on my turn.
It is a lot better than nothing. This thing looks perturbed. The white next to Cain is just going to try and attack Cain. Do
Ooh,
both of those
yeah.
hit you?
Both hit.
That's 10 damage
Okay.
total. This one that's been lurking around the corner just manages to like lurch towards and has just seen this very magical looking lady do her magical weird looking lady things, so looks as if they're going to strike you, but then there's something that stops them from hitting you, Davina, and instead they have to pivot to the only other person that they can hit in range.
Their ally.
They will, because this is technically a form of mind control that has just happened, I'm going to roll twice for their 2 attacks. I'll roll a d4. Evens, they will attack Jean Javert. Odds, they will attack their compatriot.
See, this is why I don't like evens.
So you get 1 hit. And I assume a 5 does not hit you, Jean Javert.
Oh, I thought because it was odd, the first strike went to the enemy.
I mean, if you want to roll it like that, you can. I
I think
might-
it's only fair that if you rolled like your attacks, your first
That's
one
fair.
is odd for the enemy and then even for me.
That's fair.
As
was
much as I
thinking
would
more
like to take the natural
Yeah.
one,
In my head, I was like, okay, prioritize the player first and then do the rest. But I'll accept that, and you take 8 damage, which I think
I
is
take 3 to my
damage.
health. Yeah. Now I have to roll this. Cool. Okay.
Nice. Yeah, there's just something strange in the way they're attacking, that they seem to not be able to draw Davina's blood. The white that has been previously attacking Anissa and Jean-Javert is going to focus entirely on Anissa.
Okay. Yep. No.
1 hit for 4. And what would you like to do in return?
Heal, I suppose, would be. I'm technically the cleric. Technically. I'm gonna create as an action 2d10s worth of healing, pass them to Jean there. So, Jean, you recover. Wow, 18 hit points.
That is more than enough for me to get back to max.
That's fine.
That's almost your max.
And a bonus action, I'm gonna healing word myself. At first level.
That
Keep it
first one
nice
was
and
a feature, I take it.
Yes.
Cool.
Because I can't add my modifier to that. Ignore the 5. I don't. Do I get the 5 on top of that at this?
I have no
point?
idea where the 5 is from.
Well, hang on. That would go down to 9. So yes, I would. No. This is such a weird.
What's the feature?
I'm.
I think it's a homebrew class
It
feature.
definitely well
Yeah.
is.
It is Sin Keeper.
Okay, it just allows rerolls. So ignore the 5. I take 9 healing back.
You take 9 healing.
Yes, I take 9 healing, which is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
That's everything I could do.
Cain.
Okay.
You've 1v1'd against more powerful undead than this.
I'm a little concerned about my friends, but I will try something. I will try to cast hold person on the ball. So that would be
On who, sorry? On
on the vampire.
on the vampire. Okay, on
Yeah.
Horvalds.
16.
So I think it might, like, I just want to say, because Horvald is technically an undead creature type, not a humanoid creature type. I would encourage you to reconsider that course of action.
Oh. Gotcha.
Do they fall under monster then? Is it,
It would
like
have to be
monster and
hold
her? So it would have to be
monster.
hold monster? Okay.
Yeah, humanoid is a very particular type. Like, if you were trying to hold well, Kurt right now, you'd be able to.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, but a humanoid.
Yeah,
is
I
a
just forget that humanoid in 5e is like it's a very specific classification.
is.
Although like the word generally just means human shape.
Yeah. It is a slightly confusing classification, but undead are technically immune to this, so apologies, but I'd maybe rethink that.
That's okay. So I'll just go for a boink and the enemy in front of me.
When in doubt, do a
Oof.
boink. A 12 hits.
Oh, okay. For yeah, I don't think the necrotic will do anything, but 13 punch damage, and it's magical because of Shillelagh.
Nice. So that's 13. The necrotic does a little bit, but not as much as you hoped.
Okay, then
It takes
I
1
guess
point of necrotic, basically. It's
it's
resistant,
well,
so it takes half.
it's better than enough. So I think I'll use my reaction to heal up spores again.
Okay. And that is 8 total.
Yes.
Which, yeah, doesn't hurt it as much as you hoped, but... Oh,
Well,
wait.
con save.
Doesn't hurt it as much as you hoped, but does hurt it.
It has a
Similarly, the white that has put itself into the middle is also seeming to clock Anissa and Davina as the two biggest threats. It tries to hit Anissa with no issue
Yeah, there's no issue to that one, mate.
for 12.
Okay.
And then it tries to turn on Davina and whips around to hit Anissa once more.
Yeah, that hits.
Oh my god.
For 11.
I'm doing alright.
Umbra. You're 1v1ing this guy who doesn't seem to be massively interested in actually fighting. Meanwhile, your party is dying below.
Yeah, I mean, if I kill the spawn, it should help, right? Right. I'm
I
gonna
mean,
use
he
my
is controlling these guys.
I'm gonna use my steady aim feature that lets me give myself advantage on my next attack.
Mhm.
Because I just need to stab this guy right in the stab.
He's also sitting, right? So if he's prone.
He's not technically prone. Sitting is not the same as supine.
So I'm guessing a 26 hits
Yes.
with my nice little silvered dagger for 19 damage this time.
Cool. Is that it?
Yep, because steady aim, I don't get to use any movement, and that's my bonus action, so I only get the one attack.
Horvold will stand up, dust himself off from the non-existent amount of dust he's accumulated sitting on this dirty commoner's roof. It is most disappointing to learn of betrayal in our ranks. Have fun with my pets, darling.
Oh my god.
And he brings out a potion. At least you think it's a potion, because there doesn't seem to be any liquid in there, except occasionally when he swills it, there is a slight silvery hue to the air inside the bottle. He drinks it, and as he drinks it, he very quickly becomes invisible. And as far as you are concerned, disappears from view. Davina.
Yeah, okay. That's not concerning at all. Have my bardic. It's kind of all I can do for you there. Whew. How fucked up are these guys looking that are directly in front of me?
0% fucked up.
Okay.
No one has targeted them with anything yet.
I'm gonna cast Shatter so that it doesn't hit my friends on these two particular motherfuckers. And I don't have any sorcerer points left, so I'm just gonna keep it the. Haha! Fail! Normal damage, right? So.
Did
3d8.
a lot of damage to the nearby foundations, though.
And the nearby home, which has lights on as if someone is home, and you hear a quick and pained screaming coming from inside.
Whoops!
I don't tell me you're actually caring about them.
Well, it's only a 10-foot radius, so
Like double damage on inorganic material.
yeah, they're kind of
Well, only
Oh.
if they're a creature. If this house happens to be a golem, then that would be a problem.
Also, most structures have like a damage threshold, so it's probably fine. There we go.
But there's also a window that I would say it travels through.
Your
uh,
choice.
I would think that the window just shatters if it's in line of fire.
Yeah,
Would the
the
window
window's probably
shatter
fucked, but
with, under a spell called Shatter?
yeah.
Mind blown.
When I do it, and there's like this last minute adjustment of like, I think I'm not gonna get the house, and then I accidentally do get the house.
I mean, there's no way you could get the house. You could neither get the house nor Cain.
No, you basically you see Davina make the choice to do property damage instead of hurt you guys.
And
How
you
much
know
could
how
a
she
new
feels
window
about property
cost?
damage.
50 gold?
And you just hope that, there was no one within, say,
It's fine.
the entirety of this side of the house.
It's fine.
Don't worry, we were hired by the princess to do this job. We have royal authority.
We have a license to kill.
They can't tell who cast that spell. It was the
That's-
zombies.
You
So
can't
they-
prove it.
They both fail, and they both take 12 damage. And they're not looking happy about it. Jean Javert.
I have a question.
Mhm.
I recently got attacked and I passed the wisdom saving throw. However, by the wording of the curse, it says on a failed save, attack the creature that damaged you until you drop to 0 hit points or it does. Am I still compelled to attack the first source of damage if I took a second point of damage and passed?
I would say no.
Okay, awesome. Then that means I can do this. I'm going to upcast level at level 3 Tasha's Mind Whip on this one and this one.
Sorry, who's the first? This one?
No, the one right by
Right.
Anissa and above me, and then the one to the right of me. So I need 2 intelligence saving throws.
Oh, you know they're great at those. Oh no, the second one was great at those.
So the way that I targeted, first north of me and then to the east of me. So the north one fails, takes
Yeah.
the full 11 damage, and it cannot take reactions, and then it can only take one of those actions on its turn. And then the one to my right takes half damage and doesn't get that effect. But because of that, I'm gonna take this time to then move and skirt myself around. In fact,
Very nice.
you know what? I'm gonna risk an attack of opportunity as I try to get even further.
It will do that. It will miss.
20, 25, 30, and I'm going to stay all the way back here.
Lovely. So the white that is fighting Cain will continue to try and fight Cain. Both miss, I presume.
Yep.
The one that is now stuck for a target is going to lurch up by one place, opening themselves up to an attack of opportunity if Davina has such capability.
I mean, I can. It's not gonna be great though. Let's do it.
A little dagger with diamonds on it.
Oh my god!
That hits!
What's up?
For 6 damage. And then it will also shuffle up to Cain and try and bring Cain down to everyone else's level.
Ooh.
I think one of those hits.
Yeah, 23
for
hits.
11.
Ooh, I lost my temporary hit points.
This last one is going to, as if almost told to by another entity, just looks at Anissa, longsword in hand, and drops it onto the pavement. And then brings out its long bow and aims it towards Umbra. I believe since a hostile target is within 5 feet, it has disadvantage.
Yeah.
But it is still going to attempt to hit Umbra nonetheless. If it didn't have disadvantage, those would have been solid hits. However,
They would have been.
it is Anissa's turn.
Yeah, confused hostile target. What's that? Thank God it has that line of text in there. Yeah, I'm within melee. I can't do anything else. Oh,
Are you going to bonk?
no, I'm just gonna keep shouting at them. I'll shout at the one that's within melee of Davina. Why not?
Which one was that?
What's
Sorry,
the
the one
point
to
of
your
having a
left.
sword?
Look cool.
For my spells, which I don't think are gonna do much use.
The sword is actually a spellcasting thing. It's like, you know, wizards
Focus.
with their swords.
So that one. Well, I committed to it. I'm within melee. That's.
Definitely a hit.
Hang on, I just need to double check whether that is a.
Ranged.
No, that is a ranged count. Yeah, it is. I gotta roll again.
This is the second time in this combat you've done that.
Oh!
No,
Oh,
it's
19.
disadvantage in the 19.
You still hit.
Still
Yeah.
hit. Ignore the 5, so that's 11 radiant to the one there.
Cool. 11 is still a good amount. This guy is looking very sore.
And then I'll healing word myself because
You
glut
are
of punishment apparently.
you're a hair away from death.
I've been like that way for about 9 months, give or take. Healing word.
I don't blame you being around Rogue for that long.
So it's just 9. I keep leaving that on for some bloody reason.
Have you considered turning it off?
I have considered turning it off, but at the same time,
Numbers go burr.
I've got no excuse. That's my turn.
Alright, Cain. Enemy to the left of you, enemy to the right.
And I'm not going to attack. I actually have in mind what Anissa went through today. I'll be a little bit sympathized, and you'll see like some kind of aura of blood going to the floor and expand like a 30-foot radius. And I'm going to cast Aura of Vitality. And with my bonus action, I'm going to heal Anissa for... Oops, 5.
So please don't hit me with symbiotic today.
With my bonus action, I'm going to hit the one that is bloody near to Davina. Now this one.
Okay, which would require... Sorry, say again?
DC... Oh,
Oh, is that
yeah.
is that like a free action?
That's a reaction.
A reaction, okay. It passes, so 0 damage?
Yeah, 0 damage.
Womp womp. His So it's the start of its turn, so now that curse thingy is lifted. It once again is really struggling to try and hit Davina, and it seems as if the field has changed somewhat, and it doesn't have the preventative order that it once had, and hefts its longsword without disruption against Davina.
Okay.
But still distracted by its previous orders, doesn't quite manage to hit you.
Hey, Perry, I know how to do this.
Umbra.
Apologies for background noise. I can do nothing about it. I will try and keep things to minimum. Umbra puts Silver Dagger away. No need for that now. We're going to start throwing some Psychic Daggers at the bottom one down here. Psychic Blade thrown. Whoops, that should just be regular. 22 hits.
Yep.
So it's 11 Psychic and 13 Sneak Attack. So that's going to be 24 damage to that one.
24 damage to which, sorry?
The bottom one.
24 damage. How do you do that?
Well, it's just a thrown Psychic Blade, so it's just the purplish blades that Umbra throws just sinks into its head, and I presume it just collapses from psychic damage.
As it dies, you just hear it go, "No!" And then just collapses into a puddle of viscera.
And then the one over here is going to get the bonus dagger. 23.
Hits.
For 11 psychic.
Which one was that again? Sorry.
This one here.
Okay, I assume you do that in very similar ways.
Yeah.
This one also just collapses into a puddle and gives a gremlin-like scream of pain as it dies.
Umbra just kind of continues to look down from upon high, as that's going to be turn.
Davina. Once not quite as safe as you thought, but now your savior Umbra has killed those that were threatening you. What do you do?
Okay, let's see, who is left? Oh, geesh. I don't want to burn the rest of my souls, so I think I might just... Oh gosh, this is gonna be so goofy if I do that. I don't think I'm gonna do that. I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery at the closest zombie. Just say,
Okay.
"You're falling apart!" I know it's not actually a zombie, but my save DC is 16. I don't know why it says that. I tried to fix it.
You too, huh?
Haha!
Yeah. So it was this one, I take it?
Mm-hmm.
So that is 3 damage?
Yep, and it has disadvantage on its next attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn. Which is the real lure of using that spell.
Yeah. Turn?
And then I am going to back up a little bit.
Javier.
Javier is going to target the same one Davina targeted, but I'm going to use Mind Sliver. Oh, max damage.
What a lovely coinky dink. And,
yeah.
Yeah. Takes all of that damage.
Because it failed, now if it has to make a saving throw, it takes 1d4 off of its total.
Yep.
That's my full turn.
Cool. Left with very few other options. It seems that is these corpses are compelled to fight until their death. So this one next to Cain has one obvious option and is going to continue to press it for 2 hits, I believe.
Yeah.
For 12 damage, sorry, 13 damage total.
Okay.
And the one to the bottom is quite annoyed with Anissa, so is going to hit Anissa with a longswords. But it's so bloodied, its mind has just been fucked 2 ways till Sunday. It doesn't quite understand what's happening right now, so does not hit you.
It had disadvantage on the first one, so that those 2 rolls would be for the first one.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So yeah,
Why
there you go.
This is. I
You couldn't
appreciate
let
you
it go.
saying it.
Shit happens. Cool.
I appreciate your honesty, because I do not keep track of things in combat that well.
I appreciate your honesty. You're rewarded with 7 slashing damage.
You're awarded with a nat fucking 20 against you. But it is your turn now, Anissa.
Yes. Screw it. It'll be funny if it happens.
I'm already
Am I right in
invested, I
thinking
have no idea what you're gonna do.
It took necrotic damage, didn't it? It just resisted it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna slap this thing with inflict wounds. That hit.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm done with this fucker. Second level. Cool, that's 20.
20 damage, do you mean?
Mm-hmm. So it's half to 10.
You hit this fucker, and it seems to, be on its, last tendril of life.
Such is the way.
Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Right. Cain.
With my bonus action, I'm going to heal Anissa again
Nice.
for... Oh, sorry. So 7 damage.
You heal for
7
7 and then you hurt her for 4.
I have been on 18 hit points for so many rounds.
And I'm gonna boink him. I'm gonna boink this one.
Mhm. 16
Four.
hits.
13, 10 bludgeoning, 3 necrotic, and my halo spores for
5.
yeah.
They are both looking in very poor condition. Is that your turn?
That's my turn. Yeah.
Cool. Umbra.
Well, we have just set up Umbra to once again just take both kills.
Wow.
So we are going to start by throwing. Is it easy to tell which one looks less injured?
This one looks less injured.
All right, it's getting the main knife. I still have the bardic inspiration.
15 hits anyway.
Okay, it does. So
It has
you're
an
standing
AC
next.
of 12.
You're standing next to my friend there, so have some sneak attack too. So that's going to be 9, so 17 damage.
It had 10 hit points left, so it melts into a disgusting puddle of viscera.
Bonus blade does 10 to this one.
It had 2 hit points left, so way to kill Steel. As the alley seems to return to its regular peacefulness. And I am just gonna assume that this will eventually disappear.
Can I use the rest of the rounds? I have like 8 more to like heal everyone who's hurt.
I don't see why not. Like, that is kind of how it works.
Yeah,
just
10
just
rounds.
roll 8 times,
Okay.
and you can free. I mean, it's only you and Anissa that are currently missing health.
I guess.
Get
I don't know.
yourself up first.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, so with that amount, you are able to get both of you back up to max health
Okay.
within a minute. What did the rest of you all do?
Well, Umbra is now he's gonna take the seat on top of the building. In a very similar fashion.
Kicking your little Legos.
John
You know,
Javier. Sorry, go
I
ahead.
do get the appeal of doing something like this.
I mean, it was a little. The whole kicking your feet thing, I don't really think matches your aesthetic or his aesthetic, honestly.
I don't know. Gives
with
Umbra
that-
a little bit of extra whimsy that he doesn't need.
With that, Umber will slide, and then grab the gutter, like the side, to swing towards the building so he can properly climb down and not take fall damage.
I'm gonna pat Anissa on the shoulder and say, "Thanks for the help back there. Looks like you took a few knocks. Here, this should help." And I'm going to give her a little vial filled with a ruddy brown liquid.
So to kind of give context, as soon as the fighting stopped, she basically dropped onto one knee and has had her head lowered the rest of the fight. After basically doing that last attack. And is covering her left eye in a level of pain. You know when you have so much pain you're silent. And it's just unresponsive. Conscious, fully healed, but is not picking up the vial, not responding to anyone.
Has this ever happened before? This is the first, right?
This is a first.
Could I make a medicine check?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. 30-20.
Medically, she's fine. Being healed, eerily pristine health. This is something else.
Can I determine if this is I'm gonna make a really long stretch. I know that she keeps talking about oath and all that. Can I see if this is something related to her magic or class?
Yeah,
I
I
believe that-
believe that would be arcane or possibly
Yeah.
insight.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
thinking religion because
I don't think technically religion applies to Anissa, but I will defer to Josh somewhat here.
No.
Alright, I'll use Arcana then. Natural
hell.
20.
Well done.
Damn.
The secrets are out.
How do I word this in a way that you'll have to correct me if I'm GM.
Mhm.
Right now, Anissa is fighting a battle with another soul. She's winning. It's not a fight where she even has a chance of losing, but right now, she's trying to just recollect herself. And, as you come to that realization, she stands up. So the eye underneath her hair, so her left-hand eye, is purple. What was blue is now purple. But after a minute, it fades into that blue.
I'm sorry, a Sin Keeper who is half angel, half demon. I'm sorry, I'm going back to middle school right now with the OC-ness of this.
It's That's inaccurate.
I know. Sorry, that's just what I'm out of character. That's just what I'm playing with in my head.
Oh,
It's
fair.
like you don't understand. I have a darkness inside of me, and I have to keep it under control.
Good God, I'm never going
Fairs.
back to that levels.
My real name is Anissa Darkness Dementia Ravenway.
Oh God, no.
That's it. Anissa backwards is a sinner, cause she's a sinner.
Fuck, he's actually figured it out.
Jean Javier is not going to say anything that he intuited to the rest of the party,
Well,
and is just gonna still hold up the vial to her and say, "Here, I think you should drink this. It'll help."
I'm fine.
No, don't worry. It's nothing special.
Keep it because you're going to end up in the front lines again. So.
Oh no, I don't drink brandy.
Neither do I.
Well, here you go then, Davina.
What is this vial?
It's a vial of brandy. Like, you open it and you smell it and you recognize it because it's the brandy from your house.
You realize it tastes different coming out of a glass shaped like this than it does the brandy glasses at the. It's...
Oh, I wouldn't know. I don't drink alcohol.
I just drink it. I don't even say. I'm gonna put one empty vial in my inventory.
No,
but
I'm
just
taking the
gonna
vial
drink
back once you're done. That's my vial. You get the brandy, I get the
I give
vial.
it like a shot, and then I give you the vial back.
Yeah, I take it back and I put it into my bag.
Umbra is going to begin inspecting his silvered dagger. Is there any blood or anything left on the dagger?
Nope.
Mm.
It's almost
Back in the sheath.
it's like you stabbed a perfectly baked cake. But less delicious.
Well, next time I won't go for wounding blows. I will just simply go for the heart.
Definitely would be a bit helpful if you actually went for the head, most likely.
That is an option as well. Either way, it seems some plans are revealed. Our best course of action.
That was
This Umbra
strange,
just
wasn't it?
trails.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, it was. DM, does Davina have a heartbeat?
Were you like feeling my pulse?
I mean,
She does.
Grabs her
okay.
by the neck.
Hey!
Does she breathe?
She
I
does
believe,
breathe.
Davina, you may have a secret admirer.
Tucks my hair behind my ear? No, stop. It's
If
happened
he's in-
before.
You
If
better
he
hold
is in
on close,
control
little
of
spider
those
monkey.
things,
Honestly, I wish I could say I was surprised, but I mean, look at me.
It's
It's
as
not
far from
surprising.
your first, suitor who is hoping outside of his class, as far as you know of. But it is
I
certainly
mean, how
the
do you think I got
first-
disbarred, man?
It's
Don't judge
certainly
wishes.
certainly the first with a penchant for more than one element of your body.
Oh gosh. Yeah, this guy likes my blood. It's a little bit muchery, but you know, I'm not surprised. So, okay.
As it
I mean,
is, nighttime has begun to fall over this place. You are all looking, well, overall healthy but drained. And if you continue on with your investigation throughout the night, it may well exhaust you come morning.
right. I believe it is time to head back, figure out our next move. If they know who we're after, they are likely able to get there first.
Yeah.
However, we have thrown a wrench in the plans. There'll be infighting now.
But
So-
card you played already throwing out the fact that you have a bit of a connection within. Do you think that's going to play well for us, or is it just going to hurt us?
Hard to say quite yet. Knew the rings. I simply planted the idea of betrayal in their midst. If the mourner is cut off, they could defect to our side, or they could end up with their throat slit in an alleyway. There is one of two ways that goes.
There's always a third option, which is they come straight for us and then try to redeem themselves.
I'm sure we can handle the mourner. They do not seem to be the combative type, more the supportive role of our organization.
Oh, well, little macaroni in his hat up there definitely did not seem like the combative type either, and yet it seems that he kind of caught us unawares.
We stick
Yeah.
to the shadows. We also didn't look up. Rookie
Yeah,
mistake, really.
someone should be in charge of looking. Someone taller than me, I feel like, will have a better view.
Jean Javert's immediately out of the lineup then.
Davina honestly is just trying to assign the work to somebody else.
I think Jean Javert is shorter than Davina.
Is he?
Jean
How
Javert's
tall is
5'4".
Jean Javert? I think he is. Then let me see. Let me see how what height I made her. Yeah, she's 5'5". You're just and she's gonna wear heels. Like, come on.
He has height because of his hat, but like he's still physically shorter.
So where do you guys go for the evening? Or for now?
I feel like most of us should be heading home? Question mark.
Yeah, you could return back to Hepburn Manor, though that could open you up to some other challenges. You could head to the hotel, to the castle, to a secret fourth location.
Can we stay at the casino? Like sleep in one of
The casino doesn't have any public beds.
hmm.
I mean, the Hepburn Manor is the closest, but it is also the most exposed for us.
And I'm sure there's a very angry knight who's been waiting all day for you guys to come back.
Well, I do think we have a bit of a free room and board maybe in a certain basement. If you wouldn't mind rubbing elbows with one of your old compatriots, love, Jean Javert says towards Anissa.
You are more than welcome to.
I'm just saying. Rogue did indeed say that they had taken a place where it was specifically out of view of the public eye.
It is.
But a basement.
You're here in an alleyway amongst the muck of dead undead creatures.
I'm not
puddling
happy
around
about
your
this
feet.
either. Ugh.
I think you can afford a simple basement for one day, princess.
I have to look after my sister. I can't. I'll be fine at Hepburn Manor. You all can do what you like.
Well, if you going home, I will not let you go alone. I'll accompany you. And perhaps we can group ourselves together in the morning at the casino again.
Do what? What is the next move? If anything, we should all be in one place to discuss it, so we are on the same page.
Well, we know that there are several people at that establishment at the inn that are ill, that could potentially be, I don't know, vampires, werewolves, some sort of relation to everything that is going on. It seems odd. It seems an odd connection. You'd
Let me-
investigate there.
Where are we staying? I will go work some contacts. Figure things out a bit.
Because I have to return to Hepburn Manor to check on Hayden, so.
Well,
So we
I
have
have
two
something
for
I
that.
need to take care of, so I don't mean to divide the numbers here, but I do need to possibly stay the night over at the temple.
Care to
What for?
explain why?
Don't worry about it. I just need to go ahead and pay some services and all that. Not sure if you noticed, but during that fight, I was a little bit out of character, and I want to see if I can get that resolved.
I see.
But don't mind me. I'm used to being able to curl up wherever I can. I'm sure that the temple has some free beds that they give towards those who need a place to lay their head.
That or just return to Hepburn Manor after.
I don't like my chances out in the middle of the night, especially after being set upon by undead creatures. I think
Then-
I'll stay within the temple quarters.
Then after I'm done with my business, I can come pick you up. If you are really that scared to walk in the dark.
Oh, thank you, Kansa. I do appreciate a chauffeur on these dark streets.
Okay, so
Anissa?
we have two going straight to Hepburn Manor, two going there later. And what about Anissa?
We'll go there later.
I see. Well,
Mysterious.
I will chase up with the three who are doing it later with other mysterious things, either throughout the week or at the beginning of next session.
Alright.
But for now, I'll let you all go, and thank you for today's session.